Hello and welcome. We are here for another installment of Mother and Son Market Chat. So very excited to join you today. As a reminder, I'm Matt Thomas with Baird & Warner here in Chicago, Illinois, along with my mother, Sue Thomas, with Keller Williams in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. And today we're going to take a little bit of a different turn. Last time we talked about sort of the state of the market. Do we see a bubble coming? Today we're going to focus on a very specific issue, which is homeowners who are struggling to keep up with or maintain their mortgage payments. And often what that leads into is, unfortunately, foreclosures or conversations about forbearance to help them with those payments. So today we have our foreclosure expert, if you will, Alex Tuttle, joining us, and we're looking forward to a great conversation. Alex, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you doing?
Wonderful. I'd be great if you could just tell everyone a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why we're here today.
My name is Alex Tuttle. I'm an attorney in the Lansdale area, and I've been an attorney since 2007. Primarily started out helping people in the foreclosure industry. On the other side of things, helping people foreclose on properties and ways to get people out quickly. Now I've sort of shifted my focus on things of helping people and working for people who have been in default of their mortgage and trying to help them come up with ways to get out of default, whether it be through defending the mortgage foreclosure, working on helping them get a loan modification, a forbearance, or whether it's just to refer them out to a realtor and help them sell their home in the most, in the fastest way possible, so that way they can maintain some of that equity there.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think
we settled one yesterday, Alex and I, and he helped me get a seller out. And their foreclosure was supposed to happen Thursday.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we got them out.
Why don't we just dive right in then? I mean, it sounds like you two are actively working on like foreclosure issues. That's kind of the point of today. So what are you seeing right now, either with specific situations like that or just generally in the foreclosure world?
Pretty much since about 2008, it's been pretty steady, at least over here in Montgomery County, Bucks County. As far as the amount of foreclosures, just between the two counties, we've been seeing about 50 foreclosures a week between both of them, just being filed in the court system. That was paused due to COVID, and then we're maybe seeing 10 right now. They haven't really started kicking back up again. But, with these, we're just trying to help people come up with a way to get back on track, whether it's just to, save that equity in the property and leave and get into something else, or whether it's going to be to save the property. I just worked on one with Sue, like she had mentioned, where the people were trying to save the property for maybe 2 years through this mortgage foreclosure process, and they just didn't have the income to do it. So it was in their best interest to sell the property. They had a tremendous amount of equity in there, but it just takes people a long time to realize that there's the financials just don't add up, and we need to come up with a different option.
Well, people get paralyzed, and they have so many things going on that led them down the road to foreclosure that they often just bury their head in the sand, much like if I don't go to the doctor, I'm not sick. And then the day comes and the sheriff posts a note on their door, which was the case with this particular family. And that's when the wheels start to spin. Well, it's really late at that point.
Right. And you, correct me if I'm wrong, Mom, but you sort of started your career with foreclosures early on, right? Working with foreclosure sales.
I did. So I started in 1987 and I worked for a company specifically doing foreclosures. I was selling 8 to 10 homes a month, and we were getting the foreclosed list and going down to, we call them the bids with sealed bids. And there'd be, 10, 12, 15 offers on a property, and you just had to have the best number and you win. And it was indicative of what was going on at that time. And then about 3 years in, around 90, 91, I started seeing HUD on the side of buses, and I knew that my leg of the business was over because everybody was in it now. But it was an interesting time, and I didn't really think about the back end of it, what the people had gone through, because I was seeing the home stripped of everything of value, and I had to work hard to get it sold. And now I'm working on the seller side and trying, like Alex said, to help them either get out and save their credit or get whatever money they can. Or so it's a whole different bent.
Yeah, it occurred to me, and I've talked about this with clients. I've even dealt with it just personally thinking about the process. It feels like the foreclosure process isn't well understood. Just like on a basic level, I don't think most people understand what to expect with that process. I read an interesting article. I don't know, Alex, if you've heard of this term, but the term ghost foreclosures. Essentially, people who leave their home because they thought they had to once they got their notice that they had missed their payments, and it's like a total misunderstanding. But now there are vacant properties where they're truly not. They didn't have to leave, but they have, and those are up 21% year over year. It's unbelievable to think about that.
And I see that a lot. People, once they go behind, they start talking with the banks, and the people on the bank side of things tell them that, hey, there's nothing you can do. You don't make the money to save the house. So, you're going to have to leave. We're going to foreclose. You never talk to an attorney. They never talk to a realtor. They never find out that they can, sell the properties and reduce some of the damages to their credit. They won't be liable for any deficiencies, if they are upside down, or to take some of that equity out. And that's pretty common.